Hey Virgo, welcome to your March 2025 monthly reading. We're just going to go ahead and get started here and jump straight in. I hope you're doing well. Also, I'd like to announce that I still am running a sale on my personal readings. If you're interested in that, that link will be down below. But let's take a look here, Virgo. What do we got going on? A lot going on for you though this month. You got a fucking lunar eclipse in your sign. So talk about your identity changing, or the identity of something is changing here. But I feel like it's good though. You know, I think eclipses is really the way you look at it. Yeah, sometimes things could fucking suck, but really when you look back on eclipses, you're like, I can connect the dots now and see why that was beneficial. But I don't pick up anything bad here in your reading yet. So, but a lot is going on, right? We have a partial solar eclipse in Aries. Neptune comes into Aries at the end of the month. There's a lot of change here. You have the Wheel of Fortune here in your reading. The Wheel of Fortune is symbolic of change and the change of seasons and the cyclic change of the universe. And so changes are going on in regards to your career and your work and your stability. I think you're wanting to prosper here. You could be struggling a little bit financially. And so right now it's like you're trying to be resourceful and you're really trying to be smart with the resources here that you have. You're trying to work with what it is that you have here. And I think you're playing the long game here. I think you're being encouraged to play the long game, which for you as a practical sign, that's something here that you can do. What is your advice here, Virgo? Yeah, because you have the King of Pentacles in your challenge. So this could be work, career, your resources, money, your values. We have Venus going retrograde this month. Mercury that's retrograding in the same sign. So yeah, a lot of things that we're having to relook at, specifically when it comes to relationships or values, money, you know, what we want to create for ourselves. So let's see here. Let's pull your oracle cards and then we'll jump into your reading here. You pull this fifth house creativity wants to come out. Your fifth house is Capricorn. So it's interesting. You may be trying to get creative in regards to disciplinary creative in a way. It's like you're trying to really figure out a creative way to become more disciplined or to find structure. Like you're getting creative to find new structures here, specifically when it comes to work and career and your resources. You pulled this Virgo card. Well, you pulled your own card. Makes a lot of sense. Lunar eclipse will be in Virgo. Virgo, this card says, I analyze. So you're analyzing things at this time. Virgo, you deal with the practical intellect, right? So you're really good at managing things, organizing things, good communication. Cleaning things up, making things become more efficient, more redefined, or more refined here. So you're trying to develop a refined approach here. I'm picking up in March. You pull this, adjustments are required. That's what it is. Boom. I feel like you are the master. Like Virgos are the, if I'm like, fuck, I need to make adjustments, I'm calling a Virgo. Like I'm calling a Virgo. Virgo, you know how to do that very well. But you know, people may shit on you and call you. I'm putting my charger in 1 second. People may shit on you and say, you know, all Virgos are too cynical and critical. Y'all can be though, for real. But when it comes to being able to identify the little details of things and be like, hey, this is where you can do things better, or where you can do things better, that's why I would call a Virgo. Some of you Virgos are looking for employment. I do see that. Some. You pull the ocean card, it says waves here. Yeah, the waves of change are definitely coming here. This card is a 27, and 2 plus 7 is a 9, and 9 in numerology is symbolic of completions and getting ready to start new things. And it's interesting because lunar eclipse, right? Completion, getting ready to start new things, right? Solar eclipse is completion, starting new things. And it's interesting too, because with all this mutable energy, and you're a mutable sign as well, Virgo. We're about to jump into your reading, but I'm trying to really tie this all in. You're a mutable sign. And right now we have a lot of mutable energy in the astrology. The sun's in Pisces, Mercury, Neptune, Saturn, North Node. We just had a new moon that was in Pisces. Jupiter's in Gemini. So talk about mutable energy is all about, it's like fixed and cardinal together. It's like we're very aware that new things are starting, but at the same time, we're still trying to wrap up and finish other things, old things. So there's like this feeling of something new is coming and we're kind of working toward that, but also it's like we're kind of having to reformulate and still work on things as well from the past. And so I kind of feel like you feel like you're getting swept up in a wave here, Virgo. You have the Knight of Pentacles here for the overall energy. Yeah, I think right now, the overall energy I see for the month of March is you planning things out, mapping things out here. The Knight of Pentacles says it's really when we step into this temperament of being like, okay, I understand this may take some time. I'm going to have to be patient. I'm going to have endurance. And I'm going to have to play the long game. But it's interesting because out of all the knights, I'd rather have the Knight of Pentacles because he's the most trustworthy knight, right? If he says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. It's just going to take him some time. But when he does it, what he produces is quality. It's not like, the Knight of Cups where it's just like, oh, or the Knight of Wands where it's just like, oh yeah, like, it's more so he's going to stick to what he's doing. And by the time it's done, it will be something that is quality. And I think that's your temperament here in the month of March. It's like you're really having to go back to the foundations and lay the foundations of things, or just go back to the foundations. And it makes a lot of sense because right now the South Node is in your sign in Virgo, right? So the South Node deals with, it's a pull toward the past. It pulls you into the past. It helps you understand and develop a better relationship to the past. So it's going to show you good things like your skills and all types of deep stuff that maybe you were once unaware of that you'll discover. But also at the same time, it's going to show you your mistakes and where you fucked up and where you can do things better. And so it's a combination of both. And so right now it's like the foundation is everything. It's like you're really going back to the roots of things and, having to make adjustments. But it's setting you up for a better future here with the Wheel of Fortune. So we'll get to that here in a moment. But with the Four of Pentacles being in your current energy, I see you being resourceful here. I see you being resourceful, and I think you're just really trying to use what it is that you have at your disposal. I think you're realizing that you can really use anything as a tool to accomplish whatever your objective is. And so you're using the tools here that you have, right, to do what it is that you need to do. I picked this up intuitively. There's something here that you're sitting on, Virgo. It could even be plans, a structure, or even the resources here that you're not sure what you want to do with it yet. And the Queen of Cups being your advice, I'll just go ahead and go to that. It's like what you want to do is actually invest it into something or create something that is more deeply emotionally and spiritually fulfilling. It's like you just don't want to strive for just the material gains and the material success, which I don't have anything against, right? Strive for the material gain, strive for the material success. I'm all about it. But I think too, there's the spiritual side as well. And so I think an emotional side. So certain things I see you're wanting to make adjustments so that way you can find that inner sense of peace and stillness and find that emotional and spiritual fulfillment with your work and with the things that you're doing. And it's interesting too, you may already have fulfillment in what you're doing. I see that. You may already have it. The Queen of Cups is just saying, I think your advice is now's the time to be the anchor and to be of service and hold space for other people. Because Virgo, you are about service. And so right now with the South Node being in your signs, like you may feel stuck in certain things at this time. And as much as you are kind of wanting to just move forward really quickly into new things and have everything, take off, it's like there's certain things here that you're having to kind of stick around in. I pick up intuitively. And I think with the Queen of Cups is if you're going to do it, you might as well do it with love and compassion. Because I think what you're ultimately learning here is devotion. That the emotional and spiritual fulfillment comes from the service itself. It doesn't even matter what the service is. Obviously, it has to be something good, right? But you get what I'm saying. that most of the time, a lot of people will just do things for the money or for the gain, right? For the reward, like for the material reward. And then be like, why the fuck am I not happy? And so there has to be that connection, right? That spiritual and emotional connection to the service that you do. But it doesn't matter just being of service and helping others, right? I think that's like one of your pieces of advice here. Very interesting, Virgo. So where maybe you're having to be more selfless. And I'm not calling you selfish, is what I'm saying. But I think you know what I'm talking about, Virgo. You have the Wheel of Fortune here in the future position. So there's changes, of course, coming up. We're in the middle of eclipses. But I think this frees up you to make certain transitions here that you've been wanting to make. So we'll see what that is with the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. So there is positivity and growth associated with the future and throughout the month of March, and it's in good ways. So we'll see what this is. You have the Ace of Wands and the outcome, which is clarity and decisiveness, some type of new beginning here that's happening for you. And I feel like it's toward the end of the month. You have the Nine of Cups here in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. Yeah, Nine of Cups is like counting your blessings, being grateful. And the more you can hone in and focus on the great things that you have and the things that you're thankful for, it's like the more you're going to attract of that. And you may hear that all the time, like, oh yeah, like I hear that all the time, Austin. Like, yeah, I've tried that. It's a muscle. So you build it, you have to keep doing it. And with all this Pisces energy, everything is in your perception at this time. That's why Pisces and Neptune energy, where Neptune is, right, can be labeled as delusional, right? Because it's like sometimes we can formulate a perception that is can be like delusional. But on the highest expression of that, we can actually formulate a perception that is of the highest spiritual ideal that transcends rigidness. So let's clarify your read. Clarify the Knight of Pentacles here for the overall energy for Virgo. You pull the Ten of Wands here. Yeah, it's the commitment. I always say the Ten of Wands is the burden of responsibility. So it's like you're like having to really stick to these things. But it's interesting. I think you really believe in these things, the Ten of Wands. So you don't mind carrying the weight, carrying the burden of it all, because you know in the long run it's going to pay off. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. Clarify the Four of Pentacles in your current energy. You have the Ace of Swords here. Yeah. One of your greatest gifts and strengths, Virgo, is your voice, the way you speak, the way you communicate. The power really is in your mind at this time, your perception and your intentions. And I'm going to make this make sense. Because with the sun being in Pisces, we have to remember that Pisces is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. Neptune and Jupiter. And all this energy that's activated in Pisces, well, you have to think about the dispositors of those. So the dispositor, it would be Neptune. Neptune's already in Pisces, but the other one would be Gemini. And Gemini, where Jupiter is, Gemini deals with our intellect, the way we think, our thought process, right? The way we conversate, communicate, the way we connect. And with Jupiter, it's more so in this, it can be in the social sphere, the social realm. And Jupiter deals with wisdom. So your ability to speak and translate wisdom, or even to persuade and convince, is one of your greatest powers that you may actually be discovering during this eclipse. Or even maybe remembering, because the sound flow could be like remembering. What is the King of Pentacles here? Clarify this King of Pentacles in your challenge. But that's where your power lies. That's where the real tool for you is your voice and your communication. Your mind and your mindset. Page of Swords here. Yeah, I think you're trying to come up with new ideas. You're trying to be innovative here. Page of Swords is a revolutionary. So it's like, yeah, you're thinking outside the box. King of Pentacles, trying to figure shit out when it comes to work and career. And so you're in that process here, I see. Clarify the Wheel of Fortune in the future position. You pulled the Empress. The Empress is symbolic of prosperity and abundance. I mean, talk about an increase coming your way. Wheel of Fortune and the Empress. You have some good changes here coming up. Yeah, you have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So there's something new here that is aiding to your stability and helps supporting you here. Just making your life more enjoyable. I think here though too, the timing of something for you to begin something or create something, you may not be aware of this shit. That's why I had to think about it. Like, this could be something coming up. Like, there's going to be something new that you get started with. There'll be actually like a lot of optimism and trust and faith behind it, to where you'll feel like, okay, on the divine time, this actually feels good to begin or to create here with that Empress and the Wheel of Fortune. Clarify this Ace of Wands in the outcome. What are you beginning here? What's starting? You have the Seven of Wands here. One thing I see is just an increased level of vitality here. Inspiration, motivation. Ace of Wands, Seven of Wands is when you find the strength, the clarity, the decisiveness, and you step into really that leader energy, to where you're like, I'm fighting for what it is that I believe in, and I'm going to stand up for what it is that I believe in. But it doesn't have to be in a bad way. It's just more so of, it's almost like when you get challenged by something and you rise to the challenge. It could literally be life itself that's challenging you. Clarify the Queen of Cups as your advice. Pull the Nine of Pentacles here. Yeah. And I would enjoy your life, Virgo. You know, one thing about the South Node is, like, sometimes you can, it just depends on the chart, but sometimes it's not about the North Node's about the external worldly change. The South Node is about the introverted spiritual reflection and interchange and interconnection. And so that could be, you know, when it's spiritual and emotional and internal, but this is actually where you can receive and enjoy. So you could be, your advice here is to really enjoy your life, enjoy your lifestyle, be grateful for the things here that you have. Give me one more on this. You have the Six of Wands here. Be of support for other people. That's the advice here that I give for you, Virgo. To enjoy, protect what's yours, to nurture and care for the people in your life, in your groups, your community, right? To be of service. And help show other people how they can live their best life. That is literally your advice here. Clarify the Nine of Cups. You have the Sun card. This is in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. Yeah, I would just focus on your own happiness, but I think it's more so just doing the things that you enjoy and enjoying yourself and staying positive. Everything comes down to, I feel like, mindset and attitude, like just staying positive here. And the more you focus on positive, that Nine of Cups, Jupiter and Pisces, it expands that perception of positivity, that feeling, that vibration, that depth of positivity. So there's something here, just to sum it all up before we go. Overall energy, I see you're very dedicated and committed to something. It's a burden and responsibility that you're taking on. You're playing the long game here, and I feel that, you know, obviously you're having to be patient with your situation and have endurance. The power is in your voice and in your words and the way you communicate, the way you persuade, and you're a really good speaker, I feel. And I think here as well, you have a powerful intention, and I would move forward with, move into your truth here. Walk in your truth. Own your truth. And your challenge right now is you're trying to come up with innovative solutions, helping other people, possibly even trying to help yourself here as well. And the main focus for you as the advice is it should be like community-like, to where you're working with others, other people are working with you, right? And you're enjoying the process and creating something that is enjoyable and that benefits all here. Your future position, you're moving into some form of a new cycle to where you'll be actually enjoying more life, like you'll be enjoying your life more here. And I'm also seeing you find this inner strength and conviction here to rise up, stand up, and to fight for what it is that you believe in. But it's in a good way. So that's what I got for you, Virgo, and your read. I appreciate you. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link is down below in the description. If you're new to the channel, of course, I encourage you to subscribe. But any guidance, clarity, direction, or any question you want me to answer, that link will be down below in the description. I appreciate you, Virgo, and I'll see you later.